Welcome back, dear listeners, to Kasara's Tales from the Coffin. Today's tale is one to surely send shivers down your spine. Our story is called The Night. I sit upright, wondering what sound has startled me awake. I listen carefully and hear a noise downstairs. Thoughts and images flood my mind with all the possibilities of what could be making the sound. Did I remember to lock the front door and back door before going to bed? I ponder to myself as I hear another noise downstairs. I slowly get up and stuff my feet into my slippers. Making my way towards the closet, trying not to make any noise, I step over the creaky floorboard and slowly open the door to my closet. Anxiously hoping it doesn't squeak this time. My heart is beating fast and hard against my chest. I take a deep breath as the closet door opens without a sound. I let out a sigh of relief as I begin my search for my baseball bat my brother had left me after he went off to college. After stumbling around over a few random objects, my hand glances over the handle of the bat. It feels cold in my hands as my fingers wrap around it and pick it up. Relief washes over me as I listen, wondering if the perpetrator has left after finding whatever they were looking for. After a few moments of hearing only silence, I decide to investigate downstairs. I make my way into the hallway and peer over the railing, trying to search in the darkness for any sign of life below. Time seems to stand still as I stand there in silence, trying to figure out what my next move will be. My hands begin to shake as I hear something in the kitchen stirring. I slowly make my way down the stairs as the noise continues. I stop moving once I make it to the closet in the living room. Slowly opening the door, hoping I could use it as a hiding place for the time being, my hand grasps the doorknob and turns it. When the door squeaks, I jump at the sudden sound and a cold drip of sweat slides down my back. I shiver at the sudden icy feeling and look around, hoping to find a good spot to hide. I hear footsteps approaching. I decide to jump into the closet and shut the door slowly behind me. I dive behind all the coats and shoes to the very back of the closet, covering myself with the throws my mother keeps on the bottom shelf to keep myself hidden. Soon, I hear a voice from the living room. "Honey, are you awake? Your father and I came home early from our trip. Come on out and we'll show you what we brought back for you." I hear the voice of a woman that sounds like my mother. I let out a sigh and start to uncover myself from the bunches of blankets, when I realize my mother and father are upstairs sleeping. They weren't leaving on their trip to California until tomorrow morning. A shudder runs through my body as the realization clicks. If my parents are upstairs, then who is this in the house? The footsteps start to walk back towards the kitchen. I continue to sit in the closet, waiting for the right moment to get out of my hiding place. An eternity seems to have passed as I wait for sounds to wave from the kitchen. I move out of the area behind the coats and shoes and make my way towards the door. I press my ear against it to make sure no noises are coming from the other side. A few moments of silence pass and I decide it's safe to move. Slowly opening the door, my hand shaking as the door opens. I look through the crack to make sure no one is in the room and dash upstairs. I make my way to my parents' room when I see that the door is closed. I try to open it, but soon realize it's locked. I knock lightly, not wanting to draw attention to my location when no sound is heard from the other side of the door. I hit a little louder, hoping to hear someone stir from their sleep. Minutes go by and still no sound. I begin to panic, wondering if my parents are okay. I start banging on the door, not caring if I draw attention to myself anymore. I continue to hear nothing from the other side of the door until I realize how easy it is to pick the locks. There's a pinhole in the center of the doorknob in case someone has an emergency and can't get out. I quickly run to my room and stumble across my dresser, trying to find a paperclip. I start to hear movement in the living room. No doubt one of the intruders is investigating the banging noise. After seeing the paperclip, I bend it so it's straight and rush to my parents' door. I slide the piece of metal into the hole and push. I hear the lock disengage with a click. My hand rushes to the knob and turns it as quick as possible. Entering the dark bedroom, rushing to my parents' bed, I start to hear footsteps coming up the stairs. I immediately grab onto the side of the bed that my dad usually sleeps on, when my hand grabs onto something wet and sticky. I try to look at my hand in the dark as I pull it away from whatever it touched when I feel the weight of a hand on my shoulder. I let out a horrifying scream as I spin around to face whatever has a hold on me. I can't see, but I can feel a warm breath on my face as the being moves closer to me. What are you screaming about, honey? You had us worried sick. Your father is making your favorite dinner downstairs. Why don't you come down and enjoy it with us? The woman sounded like my mother says. My eyes quickly look at the red digital clock next to my parents' bed and see the time reading 3:25 a.m. I turn my focus back to the woman as she pulls me out into the hallway. I can't seem to find my footing or strength to stop her. She continues to pull me by the hand down the stairs like I'm 4 years old again. Once we reach halfway down the stairs, I realize the light is on and I can see. The woman in front of me does look like my mother from behind. Her hair is a light brown and she's wearing the same clothes as my mother. We soon reach the living room. I can see that all the lights are on now. Someone is in the kitchen singing in a deep male voice as pots and pans can be heard banging around. Smells begin to drift into the room. It smells like meat pies or a stew. We stop in front of the couch. My heart stops as the woman begins to turn around and face me. Her face is distorted and does not remind me of the kind woman who raised me. She looks more crazed, as if something is wrong with her. The woman's mouth is too broad and her eyes are too big. She's smiling at me and I want to run. Her gaze is terrifying. I'm about to scream, but the scream gets caught in my throat. What on earth is wrong, sweetie? You look like you've seen a ghost. Is this any way to react to our return home? The woman asks sternly, but continues to smile that sinister, tight smile. Too scared to upset her, I let out a deep sigh. I'm sorry. Is it okay if I watch TV while you and Dad finish making dinner? I ask, hoping she'll leave me alone for a while to allow me time to investigate my parents' room. Sure, honey, just don't watch anything scary. You know how horror movies affect you, she says as she hands me the remote and walks back towards the kitchen. I turn the TV on to a random channel and make sure they aren't paying attention to me. Once I see that they are busy making dinner again, I quickly make my way back upstairs to my parents' room. I turn the light on and see blood everywhere. The walls are stained red, as is the white carpeted floor. I slowly walk over to their bed and see the blankets are bloody. I start to scream when suddenly lights flood my vision and I hear a male voice. Is everything okay, son? Did you have a bad dream? I sit up in my bed and try to get my vision to adjust to the light. I turn my gaze towards the voice and... Listeners, what do you think happens next? Do you think it was just a dream, or do you think it's reality? Let me know in the comments, and if there's a story you would like me to tell, let me know as well. Always looking for a new tale of terror to narrate. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and like button. And if you don't want to miss anything, don't forget to hit the little bell icon to receive notifications and stay up to date on all videos. Thank you so much again. Take care, everyone. Until next time.